Game 3 of this best-of-7 series goes to the Clippers as they defeat the Mavericks 130-122 in a game notable for a couple of reasons. The greatness of Kawhi, the disappearance once again of playoff P, and the injury of Luka, which could change this whole series around. This has been a very interesting series from the get-go, mainly because I think Dallas would have won Game 1. I think a lot of people think Dallas would have won Game 1 if Porzingis hadn't gotten hurt. But then they do win Game 2. This is a pivotal Game 3. And the Clippers held on, especially in the second quarter, scoring 45 points in the second quarter, which is a playoff high for the Clippers, which isn't saying much because it is the Clippers, and their playoff history has not been great. It hasn't even been good, but it's a new record for them. 45 points. A good portion of that coming from Kawhi Leonard. I don't know what else to say about how he's one of the greatest offensive scorers this game has ever seen. We've all known this for now. We saw it last year. We saw it when he was with the Spurs. We're seeing it here. 36 points tonight, 13 for 24 from the field. And he was also able to get some great support from guys like Shamet with 18, and Zubac with 15, and Morris with 14. Then off the bench you get Montrez with 13, and Lou Williams with 10. You had so many guys contributing for the Clippers tonight. What's up, Becker? It's good to see you. My big thing, though, and again, Kawhi is great, and the Clippers are going to be contenders as long as he's in it. The thing, though, that I'm wondering, the Clippers, I'm not sure, are going to be title contenders unless they have Paul George playing like the real playoff P. And Paul George, he's given himself that nickname, and he's not been a good playoff performer in his history. And another terrible performance tonight, 3 for 16 from the field. 3 for 16 from the field tonight for Kawhi, or for Paul George. 3 for 16, 1 for 8 from 3. Thanks for doing this live. I didn't watch the game. No problem, Morby. And this is the thing. If the Clippers are going to win this title, they're going to need Paul George to step up. They're going to need Paul George to be regular season Paul George. The reason why a lot of us picked the Clippers to get to the title was not just because they had Kawhi, but because they had Paul George. They've had that dynamic duo. And if Paul George is going to disappear for every single playoff game, that's not going to. The Clippers aren't going to. The Clippers aren't going to beat the Lakers. The Clippers aren't going to beat the Bucks if Paul George continues to not be a no-show. And, Twitter has certainly made fun of him a lot for it. Charles Barkley said, "You don't see me going around calling myself Championship Chuck," which I thought was hilarious. And Chuck has just been on a roll this entire playoffs. But I mean, he averages 21 points here. All right, so I'm looking here so in the 2 postseason games before this, he'd averaged 21 points a game on 36% field goals. I want to get his game log here because he just. It was another bad performance tonight, and again, they do not need this from him. They don't need him to not show up. Clippers or Lakers? Right now, I guess I'd give the edge to the Clippers, but it's close. What's up, BK and for life? If PG does good, yeah. If PG does good, then you probably give the edge to the Clippers. Again, because they're a more talented bunch. They're a more talented group, and you can't. But you need the whole team. That you need your second best player to show up in games. That's a nice little thing to have. I don't have the game log stats here for. I keep messing it up here. Paul George, there we go. Click it up there. And so the other thing there, Sixers suck, man. So do Brooklyn. I'm done. Yeah, sorry about your Sixers, man. They keep choking. At least this will hopefully lead to the end of Brett Brown. At least hopefully this will be the beginning of the end of Brett Brown, which is what you guys need. And also Brooklyn, yeah, but they were dealing with a bunch of injuries here. I'm not gonna get on you. You shouldn't really get on your Clippers for the. You shouldn't get on the Nets for losing to the Raptors. Like, the Raptors are a really great team. The Nets are not right now. So in the first 2 playoff games, Kawhi was 10 for 22 in game 1. He had 27 points. All right, fine, but he was 4 for 11 from 3. And then in the second game, he was 4 for 17, 2 for 10 from 3, 14 points. And now tonight, another bad performance. When are we going to see PG step up? And that is a big problem, though, for the Clippers. They need him to have. We questioned Anthony Davis throughout the bubble. We need Paul George to be the player that we all know he can be in big spots. Otherwise, the Clippers are not going to win this title. So that's the second thing there. Kawhi, great. Paul George, not great. And the third story here, once again, it is every Lakers fan makes fun of the Clippers, and it would be hilarious if they win the finals. Yeah, whatever happens there, whatever happens. If we get a Lakers title, if we get a Clippers title, it adds to the rivalry though, which is good. The Luka getting hurt was maybe the biggest story coming out of this game. Steps on his left ankle, was in so much pain. Was hopping to the locker room. I mean, he was just like, the second I was like, he's not coming back out there. As soon as I saw him like hopping to the locker room, like he's not coming back out. He does, and it's clear when he comes out that he's not ready. I was watching him and just be like, how is this guy on the court? Get him off of there. You're losing by a bunch. Get him out of there. And then he does get out, and so they've done an X-ray on him. They've not gotten the results back yet. this would be a devastating blow for the Mavericks if Luka's out. Obviously, as great of a scorer he is, as great of a passer he is. Probably the only chance the Mavericks have of winning the series is if they have Luka to add to Porzingis and everybody else tonight. Even though tonight was not a great Luka performance, maybe you can account that for the bad ankle. But it was not typical of Luka, which we would see. I mean, he did have a triple double, but it was not great scoring tonight in terms of his shooting percentage. Luka getting hurt it's just one of the ones you just hate, like when we saw KD go down last year. You hate when you see a great player. You hate when you see a truly legendary player go down like that. You hate when you see a top tier player, one of the best in the NBA. When they go down, it's just awful. And I don't know what's going to happen with Luka. I hope that this is just a 1-2 game thing. But if the Mavericks lose him for any amount of time, that is devastating right here, because you're 2 games away from your season being over. You need him in these spots going up against a player, a team of this caliber with Kawhi. Luka had 13 points and he was 4 for 14 from the field, 1 for 6 from the three. But he did have his 10 rebounds and 10 assists. So he had some impressive numbers there, but I wish he could have done better with the scoring. But then again, that may just be the ankle. And he did get 34 for Porzingis, who has been excellent as well. And gosh, if he hadn't gotten ejected out of game 2. And then Hardaway with 22 as well. He had 11 from Finney-Smith, Kleber with 5. And you had 22 from Seth Curry. Again, there is a Curry who is doing great in this playoffs, and it is not Steph, it is Seth. The second straight game now for Seth where he really steps it up here for Dallas. And so, as we are now 3 games into this series, questions here remain. Again, the big one is what's going to happen with Luka. If they lose Luka for any time, if they lose Luka for game 4, I'm taking the Clippers to win game 4. If Luka's out for game 4 and 5, then I think the series is a wrap. You need his playmaking ability. There's how many players in the NBA can do what he does on a regular basis. You need him in these games, in these moments, to step up. Because the Mavericks are already outmanned against this Clippers team. So the only chance you have is if you have Luka. So to lose him for any period of time is brutal for them. So they better hope he comes back. But I'm not sure. I mean, the way he walked off that court, I'm not sure he's coming back for Game 4. Hopefully we'll get some reports here in the next few days, or maybe tomorrow, about what he's going to do. Maybe tonight, but I don't think we're going to see anything tonight. And then, we've talked about how great Kawhi is. It's with 3 teams now. He's been great with the Spurs. He's been great with the Raptors for 1 year, and now he's been great with the Clippers. And can he take this Clippers team? That's not as unlikely because the Raptors were a little bit more unlikely. Can he once again lead a team all the way to the finals? I think he's going to need Paul George to do that. I think he's going to need Paul George to pull it off. Someone of Paul George's talent to be able to get that done. But we'll have to wait and see right now in terms of what's going to happen with him. But this was a nice game. There wasn't really much else to really break down. Again, those are the big 3 talking points. People were really excited about this game. It's the 3 top trending things on Twitter is Luka, Kawhi, and Paul George. Now it's just Luka and Paul George. So people were excited for this. People were really, really pumped up for this series that has had a couple interesting turns. Again, with the injury in Game 1, the Mavericks pulling off the upset in Game 2, and then all the stuff that happened tonight. It's been a very fascinating series. All these series have been interesting in some weird way or another. There was nothing. I don't know if the only other interesting thing that happened in the game was the Tenet trailer. And I guess I'll get just for a second. I don't really care about that. I like Christopher Nolan, but I'm just at a point right now where I just don't care about movies, and that's sad because I love talking about movies and watching movies. But to see that. I don't know if we should be opening up movie theaters right now. So it was just sad to see. It was just sad to look at that and just go, whatever. I really don't care. Also, it was the first time I ever saw where theaters are available on the commercial. Where theaters are available September or whatever. You will see it somehow on this date. It will be available on this date. But that was the other thing. Other than that, this was a good game, and this wraps up day 5 of the NBA playoffs. Right? Yeah, it was Friday as we are now midnight here on the East Coast. There are 5 days of NBA basketball right now, as my computer has frozen, so now I have to pull it up here. We saw the best game of the day was Sixers Celtics. That went right down to the wire, and for a second there, I thought Philadelphia was going to pull it off, but I should have known that it's Brett Brown basketball, and he's going to find a way to blow it here. But the Clippers won at 130-122. the big story for them was the 45-31 run they went on in the second quarter. Dallas tried to get in it late, but they just dug themselves way too big of a hole. Toronto beat Brooklyn 117-192. Utah beat Denver 124-187. Then Boston beat Philly 102-94. So 2 series right now are at 3-0, and 2 series right now are at 2-1. Then we're going to find out tomorrow. Wish we could have seen Durant and Kyrie this year. Not Kyrie. Yeah, I wish we could have seen it too, but with these injuries, which I think we all knew about, that these guys had these injury problems. We knew that this was, at least with Durant. We didn't know about Kyrie. But we knew we weren't going to see KD this year because of how terrible that injury was. Maybe we'll see him next year if there is going to be a next year. I think there will be a next season, assuming the world still exists next year. I am worried about how the NBA is going to do this bubble. I'm worried about how they're going to be able to put it together because it just seems like right now, I know they want to get it ready for December 1st, but I don't know if they're going to have enough time. Then you have to wonder about, are they going to be in a bubble again? You can't have a bubble for 8 months, 9 months. Maybe you can do it for 6. Maybe you can have a 4-month regular season and a 2-month postseason. At least that's what I hope that they can do. But the NBA does have problems there. But if there's an NBA season next season, hopefully we can see Kawhi and Kyrie and KD on the same team together, which would be just a wonderful NBA dream team. They'd probably get sick of each other within 2 weeks. It would take 2 months for them to get at each other's throats, and that'd be the end of it. And they'd fire another coach in the meantime. Whoever that next, I don't even know who the next interim coach is. I know they fired Kenny, and that was a week before the world shut down. And then I don't even remember what happened after that. I have to remind myself, Thibodeau's the new Knicks coach. So there's so many things. Oh gosh, and I feel like that's gonna be a disaster. Thibodeau is a talented coach. Man, does he ruin his stars? Does he just destroy? Does he take out years of players' lives and does he get them injury prone? I am so scared. I just see Derrick Rose's injury in 2011. It was 2012. I see Derrick Rose's injury in 2012 anytime I think of Thibodeau. I just think that's a disaster waiting to happen. But I'm not saying he's a talented coach, but his strategy, whatever it is, it just does not work in this NBA, I feel like, in this day and age. So that is it. That's all for this game. If you guys have any comments or questions, it looks like there's nobody else in the comment section right now. But if you guys have any questions or comments, please let me know right down there. If you're new to this channel and you like what you see, make sure you subscribe down below for more content just like this. What happened to PG-13? He did nothing today. He did something. He had 11 points. He did have 9 rebounds and 7 assists, but he had 11 points. He was 3 for 16 from the field and 1 for 8 from 3. He's got to do better than that. We've seen talented Paul George before. Maybe not in the playoffs, but we have seen talented Paul George before. He's got to be able to do better than this. He's got to find a way to get, because the Clippers aren't going to win a title. I feel like if he's continuing to be this bad. If he continues to be this bad, like he's been in the playoffs so far. The reason why I don't know if you were here for the beginning, but what I said is the reason why most of us picked the Clippers was not just because of Kawhi, it was because of Paul George. It was because of that combination. And if Paul George is doing nothing, it's going to be hard for Kawhi to win to get through LeBron and AD. But I don't know. It's very interesting how this playoff P moniker continues to be mocked and ridiculed. I want to see a game. I don't hate Paul George. I want to see a game where we see legitimate playoff P, where we see some people are calling them pandemic P, which I find funny. I want to see playoff P. I want to see it in one of these games because we know you can do it. I got frustrated every time they passed in the ball. You're just sitting there going, okay, can you give it back to Kawhi? Maybe give it to Lou Williams. Could you give it to anybody else other than PG? It just feels like home run video was fun to watch. Thank you, Edgar. I appreciate that. I'm glad you watched the home run video. And a new one coming tonight, so get ready for that. I got a couple of home run videos here that I'm still working on. I've been working on home run videos all day, I've got a couple home run projects that I'm working on. I'm not going to upload yet, but I've got a couple ones to work on, so keep an eye out for that. Yeah, you just get nervous. PG in the regular season, it's like, okay. PG in the playoffs is just like, ugh. What's his problem here, man? But again, he did have the 9 rebounds and 7 assists, so he had some contribution. But when you're 3 for 16 from the field, it just do better. But at least you had Kawhi with 13 for 24 from the field and contributing his 36 points. As one of the best offensive players ever. But just when he gets to the hole, or his playmaking ability, his scoring ability, the thing of beauty, we could see there's 2 players, Kawhi and LeBron, who could win NBA championships on 3 different teams. Kawhi could do it if he wins. LeBron could do it if he wins. I don't know how many guys have done that in NBA history. I mean, maybe like Robert Horry did it, but like in terms of 3 teams, and with like a leading factor on those 3 teams. I don't know how many times it's ever happened, but we could see it this year. So that would certainly be interesting. Or we could see a Bucks title. There's still a lot of uncertainty right now in the NBA in terms of who's going to win this whole title. Still a lot of parity going on right now. Although things are starting to settle down just a little bit here, as we saw with the we saw the Lakers win Game 2, we saw the Bucks win Game 2, we saw the Clippers not take a 2-1 lead. So now we're seeing the good teams rise to the crop here. 0, never been done before. Yeah, never been done before. Even I was all right. Fine, thank you for that. I was thinking maybe it was like I was thinking like Robert Horry was probably the only player, but I don't think it's ever. I'm pretty sure, and I think you're right, that it's never happened that a legitimate player like the 1 or 2 player on that team, on the 1 or 2 player on 3 different teams won a title. Don't think it's ever happened, and we could see 2 guys pull it off this year, which would be a fascinating thing to see, and especially can only happen in this day and age when so many guys are leaving in free agency and trades and all that. And you become legends in 3 separate places. I mean, Kawhi, I don't know how they feel about him in San Antonio. They should, I guess they should feel that he's a legend, even though he quit on that team, which I still don't understand what happened there. And he's a legend. He's a legend in Toronto forever. 1 year, wins the title. He's probably his number retired there. So yeah, right now Clippers and Bucks are still the favorites to win it all, followed by the Lakers, Rockets, and Raptors. Those are the top 5 right now: Clippers, Bucks, Lakers, Raptors, Rockets, and Raptors. So Vegas is saying Clippers Bucks title. I'm guessing they're still worried about AD if he's been inconsistent for the Lakers. Never been done before. Subscribe. Thank you, Rogi. Thank you so much for subscribing to our channel. I really appreciate that. We are nearing 5,000, so I would love it if you guys could help get this channel just a little bit closer to that magic number of 5,000 subscribers, which is crazy to think about. I've been doing this for 2 years now, full time, and really got 2 years started doing it, and really got going last year. And then I've been doing this nonstop since the sports came back. So it's been a crazy ride, and I would love it if you guys would help me get to 5,000. It's been a real treat doing this every night with you guys, and I've met a lot of great people here on this channel. So we got about 10, 11, 12 more minutes here. So the game's tomorrow. We've got Milwaukee and Orlando game 3. I'm not sure I'm going to be able to. I have to go. I have to do something that day, so I'm not sure I'm going to be able to react to Bucks Magic. In fact, I don't think I will be able at all. But I will be able to react to Pacers Heat. That's at 3:30. Rockets Thunder at 6, and Lakers Blazers at 8:30. So those are the 3 games that I'll definitely be doing. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do Bucks Magic. So I have a prior engagement. Keep it up. Thank you, Rogi. I really appreciate that. Usually there's more people here in the chat. I don't know what. There's usually a few more people here that they've. Maybe they didn't get the notification. I mean, it is late. It is past midnight here on the East Coast. But the other games today, just get to. I already did videos on that, but Toronto blew out Brooklyn. That's just a mismatch. As I said, it doesn't. It's not a 1-8 matchup, but it feels like it. Great to see Utah. Great. It's a good story about Utah. Mike Conley coming back from having a child, or his wife having a child that she could. And then Mitchell and Gobert, 2 guys who had COVID, being able to recover from that fully and play as well as they've done in the last few games. That was impressive to see. And then Boston pulling away from Philadelphia at the end. And hopefully we are nearing at the end of the Brett Brown era. Just for Sixers fans alike, the Sixers fan can take it. You'll get there for sure. It's really fun to talk in these reactions. Oh yeah. These reaction things are fun to do. Really enjoy doing this with you guys. I have a whole section of people. I have the people who watch my baseball stuff. I have the people who watch my basketball stuff. I have the people who watch my football stuff. I have the people that watch all these live reactions. I have the people that watch the NBA Best Moments to Remember. I have the buzzer beaters. I have so many different groups of people who are watching these videos, and it's cool. I'm glad to be able to. I'm a melting pot. I'm like America. I'm a melting pot, bringing so many people together. It's been a lot of fun to do, obviously. Trying to think what else here is going on. TNT Crew's having fun. Anything else you guys want to talk about here? Because we got about 10 minutes. Those are really the big stories going on. Right? Yeah, with the NBA playoffs. We still have the NFL coming out in. I was thinking about this. The NFL is like 2-3 weeks away. I guess I'm going to be doing NFL picks videos in 2 weeks, and I have no idea what the heck I'm going to pick. I'm so confused by all this other stuff. I got to focus on the NFL pick stuff. But we'll have that. We'll have the NFL stuff when that comes out. If we have an NFL season, we're gonna have the college season. If there is a college football season, we'll have videos on that. And we'll have the baseball stuff when the NBA playoffs comes up. What's up, David? It's good to see you, my man. We'll have MLB postseason when that comes out. I mean, we're already doing a bunch of baseball stuff right now, and then we'll continue to do the NBA playoffs. So there's so many things right now. I'm so glad that sports is back, but having all of them together, it's just like this. Like my brain is melting. It's just this cornucopia of sports, as Stephen A. puts it eloquently in his sports commercial for ESPN. Which I was thinking, if ESPN, like, if you want to appeal people to watching sports, isn't Stephen A. going to give the wrong reaction? That's at least me. I guess some people out there do like Stephen A., but for me, it's just like every time I hear Stephen A., I used to like Stephen A. when I was younger, and then I grew up, and I was just like, oh, he's just doing the same thing over and over again, and I turned him off. But yeah, like hearing Stephen A.'s voice, just like, it's like, okay, whatever, I know what this is going to be for 5 minutes. That's why I can't watch First Take. Can't watch it. It's just every debate is the exact same. It's the same stuff. I can't take it anymore. It's so bad. At least they were insufferable when there was no sports, because they were just pulling topics out of their rear end. I want to see Max Kellerman's reaction. To what? To the Clippers? I don't know. I can't watch them. I can't watch Max's reaction. I can't watch any of them. Max is just a bad Skip Bayless, which is saying something. How about after Game 1 of the Lakers-Blazers, when they were actually discussing on TV, they discussed 2 topics. Are the Blazers going to sweep the Lakers? And is LeBron out of the GOAT conversation if they lose to the Blazers? So both of those conversations happened, and just seeing that, I didn't watch it, but seeing those 2 things made me want to throw something at the wall. We're going to just... People get paid to talk about stupid stuff like this, and it amazes me. He said the Mavs were going to win. This game or this series, whatever. He's been wrong a lot. I mean, he said Tom Brady was going to fall off the cliff in like 1 year, 2 years, and he did it like 5 years later, and he was like, see, I got it right. Good win for the LA Clippers tonight. Very good win for the LA Clippers tonight. They needed this win after how bad it was in Game 2. Get the momentum back. And, this is not, you don't like to see this. It's not what you want. But now with Luka out, you now wonder, okay, if he's out for an extended period of time, you sit there and go, all right, we might have an advantage here. We might have a nice clear path. I think Skip is a troll. I absolutely think Skip is a troll. I don't even think about him anymore. Like, he's just such a nothing to me, and people shouldn't even think about him anymore. I can't believe he's getting paid that much money, though. That's why I love him. Okay, I don't really like trolls. Again, when I was younger, I liked trolls, and then I grew up. I'm glad you like him. I'm glad you get entertainment from him and Shannon, but to me, it's just... I just can't do it anymore, man. There's so many other trolls that are in real life that are just annoying that I can't deal with ones in sports. I like sports media. I like sports conversations that are real, that are authentic, that aren't like meant to like stir the pot, that are actually like legitimate concerns and complaints. I don't like fake debates. It's what I've grown to hate about sports media in the last decade. It's been a decade. Sorry, gosh darn it. It's been too long of this. He predicted the Warriors were going to win 73 games. Well, he did get that right, so congratulations. 73-9, and then losing in the finals to LeBron. I wish I was around then. I wish I was doing shows when LeBron won that final, because that was one of the all-time greats. LeBron coming back from 3-1 down to beat the Warriors. One of the great stories of all time. But I guess I wasn't mentally ready yet to do these shows. But it wasn't until I was like 19, 20 that I was like, all right, I think I want to do these. And I did them, and here we are, and we're still going here. So we got about 6-7 minutes. The Astros are coming back 3-4 in the 7th inning now. Cool for them. The Yankees we will not have any Yankee videos this weekend because the Yankees are going to be out. The Yankees Mets series has been postponed, and so I'm going to have 3 games of not being able to do anything because of COVID. The Mets have COVID, so I don't know how baseball. The more this goes on, I'm like, is baseball actually going to get through the season? I'm starting to. I don't really know. I think it's 50-50 at this point. They could make it through the whole season, but at other times I'm like, it might just fall apart. They might just have an outbreak that is just too bad, or they're gonna have somebody die, and if that happens, then baseball's gonna have to, because the PR of that is just gonna be awful to know that they killed the guy. They have to. So I don't know what's gonna happen here with baseball in the upcoming weeks, but it's gonna be interesting to see. It's going to be, with baseball here, the only sport right now that I have full confidence in is NBA and NHL. Don't have confidence in baseball staying the whole season. I do not have confidence in football staying. At least the Astros game is closer than the Clippers versus Mavericks game was tonight. The Mavericks tried in the 4th. The Mavericks tried, but the Clippers pulled away. The Clippers were just too good. The Clippers had that huge second quarter. That's all they needed. All they needed was that second quarter, and they had it in just firm control from then on. We've not had a game as good as that Nuggets Jazz. The Nuggets Jazz game 1 was amazing, and we haven't had a game that good since. Which is disappointing because I want more crazy playoff games. I want more insaneness in the bubble. And I guess we've had some insaneness, but the last few days it's kind of leveled off here. So maybe tomorrow we're gonna get some more. We're gonna get some more exciting games here. We're gonna get some more close games. So that's what I want. I'm gonna head out. Good night. All right. Good night, Rogie. So we got about, nice to see you here on the channel. So 5 minutes left to go. If you have any more comments here, any more things you want to talk about here. Trying to think what else is there. Yeah, baseball. Frankie, do you think the Clippers will go on to win their series? I do. I think they're just a much better team. I think the Mavericks have trouble, are going to have trouble without Luka if Luka's out for any period of time. And even with Luka, I just think that they're just not as deep enough as the Clippers are. So I think that will be what pulls them over the edge. About 4 minutes here. Yeah, I'm thinking again. 2 weeks from now, I'm going to be doing NFL picks. I'm trying to think of like who my pick's going to be for the year, who am I picking in the Super Bowl, who am I going to take. It's interesting. It's going to be fun. It is going to be really fun to look at this NFL season coming up, if there is an NFL season. But to predict for a season that might not even finish, there's some intrigue in that. But man, this season, this whole year is weird. I can't wait till this whole COVID thing ends. I don't know if that's a hot take. I don't know if anybody else has the same opinion I do, but I really can't wait until COVID is done. I can't wait until I don't have to worry about this every day. And it's just like I have to worry about normal things like the flu or getting struck by lightning or getting into a car accident. I want to worry about those things. I don't want to worry about a virus anymore. So yeah, it looks like nobody else was here. I don't know why. These videos have been doing really well for the last few nights. Nobody was here in the comment section tonight. Or there were a couple people, but it wasn't as many as usual. I don't know why that is. So if you guys know why, let me know in the comments. Or hopefully we can figure out there. But maybe tomorrow. We'll have the regular normal crew back. And we had some guys in the crew here. And thank you guys again, all of you who watched us. I really do appreciate it. The Houston Texans versus Kansas City Chiefs in the NFL kickoff game this year. Yeah, and we'll be watching it and reacting to it in a few weeks if we get there. But something tells me we won't get there. Something tells me this is all going to blow up in some awful way. I hate this so much. So yeah, my predictions for tomorrow. I'll give my prediction for tomorrow, I guess. I say Bucks win. I say Miami wins. I'll go all favorites. Are the Thunder going to get swept? I say the Thunder win Game 4. I'll say that Houston wins Game 3. And I say the Lakers win Game 4. I say that's how it's going to play out tomorrow. And yeah, we'll see. So we got about 2 more minutes here. Just final thoughts again. Clippers, great tonight. Kawhi, dominant again. Paul George has to step up. And Luka, if he's hurt, the Mavericks are in big trouble. They already are in trouble, but they would be in. It's basically the death sentence. If the Clippers, if the Mavericks do not have Luka for the remainder of this series, or lose him for Game 4, because then they have to come back from 3-1. So that's it for now, guys. Thank you guys again so much for watching this. If you're new to this channel again and you like to see, make sure you subscribe down below for more great content just like this. You can decide for yourself whether or not this is great content, but it's content. It certainly is content. Tomorrow we'll have all the NBA reactions. Clippers took the what is that? The Kaba. All right. A great post-game stream tonight, Frankie. Have a good night. Thank you, David. Clippers again were great tonight, and we're able to have that big second quarter and never look back. And Mavericks lose Luka, which is certainly going to be a benefit for the Clippers, even though you hate to say that. Sup, bro? Sup, hats? We're running out of time here, so I just wanted to say hi. It's good to see you, man. And yeah, if you got any final comments here, guys, let me know. So yes, we'll have basketball videos tomorrow. Not all of them. But we will have like 3 basketball videos tomorrow. We'll have the home run video. Still a bunch of NFL stuff coming up soon. I told you to watch out for those Rays. I know those Rays are too darn good. Those Rays swept us. Gosh, why? Why are they so talented? God, Yankees, come on, beat the Rays. Is that hard? Sup, Pat. So yeah, baseball videos, NBA videos, NFL videos if they come out, college football videos. So many things that we have planned for this channel here in the next couple days and few weeks. We are so busy right now. Busy. David, long time no see. Yeah, so good to see you guys again. And yeah, this channel is really, really busy right now. We're going to keep you updated on all the things that are going on, whatever it is in the world of sports. So, thank you guys again for watching. I'll be back tomorrow with 3 videos and a live stream tomorrow for whatever game. Clippers win big here as they are now 2-1 here in the series against the Mavericks. Thank you guys for watching.